how's it going? YouTube and Twitch gang. Today we're back.
You guys want to rest here?
Tales of Rise. We're gonna be trying to knock out whatever side quests we can. There's only one that I know for a fact we're not doing right. Actually,
Something
two.
feels odd here. Be on your guard.
They're both stray mods that are just out of our league. One thing that might also be good to look into, Jared, but I also don't know how easy it would be to look into, is the
We seem to have come
strays,
across something a little unusual.
like the ones that get procced, or if it was literally only the dragon that did that.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Damn it! They smite with blackened blade! Flaming thrust!
Blah, blah, blah. That's it.
Forward flash!
Got it. It's a duel of the arts.
Blinding falcon! Try harder!
If it's in the
Got
sky,
fire.
come on. I've got this. Let a marksman him.
All yours!
Okay, well, I learned shooting starter.
Our superiority was undeniable.
I didn't see how good it
Feels
was.
invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
Ah, the spray from this waterfall feels so good.
Bet.
Seriously. Makes the sweat I worked up getting here all worth it.
Don't get too wet now, you two, or else you'll catch a cold.
Does seem like a nice place to venture, besides all the enemies. Uh-oh.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Beyond the dark sky. I call upon thee.
Flaming thrust!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Illuminate the dark.
You're mine!
Fine, freak.
Just sit still! Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Never up.
Easy peasy. Ha hoodle.
Gonna say, gonna talk to Hoodle instead of me? I'm the one who just carried that.
Here
Dispose
goes.
of the trash.
Illuminate the dark. Come
Elusive deity! Eagle ray!
The flames are rolling.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Dispatch it out again.
Double demon fang! Be still! Strike!
Do it.
In an
In fact,
instant!
kinda went hard there.
We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
I heard nothing you just said. I'm pretty sure you get both the rewards, but I chose the little one.
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Everlasting
dark.
waterfall.
Negative gate! Flaming thrust! Void flash! Sword rain alpha!
But they're big by the power of flame.
I'm ready!
This
Kinda
ends
help
now.
clean up right
Consider
there.
yourself finished. With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
What was I even supposed to be doing here? Fighting some enemy.
Out of our way. Far beyond the darkest sky.
here I come!
Here I go.
Sword rain alpha!
I'll be ready.
Flaming thrust!
Help me, airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
This will come in handy.
Sword rain alpha! I'm ready!
Astral energy.
Doing kinda doing more damage than.
All right. It's
I'm ready!
Okay, yeah. That move is very good.
Not a chance!
a whirling struggle. Winds of heaven. Burst forth.
You're mine!
In here.
Take this! I'm not done!
This one.
Bloody howling!
Wonder if she can do a mix between the four
No complaints from me.
skill and another one.
Damn it! Coming through! Take this! Strike! Elusive deity!
Can't see the enemy, but
There you go, Elton.
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right beside you. By the power of flame.
Sword Rain Alpha! Raining Slash! Air Pressure!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Ghost.
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
That looks like the Zoogle we were told about.
It's this.
Go no further.
You're mine!
They're surrounding us.
Vacuum Blade! Be still! Strike!
Be careful, everyone.
Do it.
This one isn't.
Astral energy.
You're good.
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done.
I'm not done!
Far beyond the darkest time. I call upon thee. As impressive as always.
And here I hope that was improving.
No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look
Sword Rain
flustered.
Alpha! I'm ready!
In an instant.
I want to see more of this. I feel like everyone has to be alpha.
Looks like it could be worth something.
Finish that quest. And you said you haven't even tried the Marshlands boss yet, right?
Correct.
Well, I might have.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even need to finish that. I might just not. Especially if the story is really, really annoying. God, I just like stick to the wall. Fishes. I feel like there's no way this thing's that high level.
Looks tough, but
I think we're game for it, yeah.
Say it looks tough, but that we should be fine. So.
Let's dispose of this trash.
Tweak the win. What was that? I don't think they have any good win at least. I wonder what that means in Afflicted. Who knows? The Devilium I don't think has any good things in it.
Not in your dreams. Dance in the wind.
Can I just like keep that move?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
The enemy here's ours too.
We'll soon see about that.
Damn it!
Here I come! No escape!
If we can dance in the wind.
This ends now! Double demon fang! Take this!
In here.
Double demon fang! Wind!
Dance in the wind.
Voice blast!
Healing from I'll be saved by the power of flame. Leaders without a trace. In here. This'll come in handy.
Take this!
My pray's coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Smash you!
Get on in there with the others. That'll bring you down. Got it. Now's our chance. Now.
Totally! In an instant!
That was a little rough.
We work well together, like a finely timed waltz.
Not over. That ending was weird.
Looks like it could be worth something.
It wasn't that bad though. The fact that it seemed like one boss and it slowly turned into 4 bosses, but
That doesn't sound very good.
it wasn't that bad, dude. Sounds worse than it was. I think I have all the strays knocked out besides the 2 that we know we can't beat. And then maybe one in the Mount Tiara. I haven't been there yet. I guess turn into a quest. Maybe get some sick reward? Maybe some levels even? Probably.
We
Has to be though
finally
for
made
days.
it.
Probably. Hopefully. Most importantly, breeding. How did it all go with the
Yeah.
boomies? It went great. We brought some back with us. Great, let me see.
No.
Oh, there they are. Such cute little freaks you are. I still don't get it. Thanks a million. With those little guys, I can draw pictures of boomies and make stuffed animals that look like them. Once these things take off, I'm gonna be super famous and popular. Ha ha ha. Someone's got it all figured out. Sounds like this place is in good hands.
Really?
You really think so? Thanks for your help. I'm gonna make boomies the mascot for the entire city. Just you wait. No problem. I'll be first in line to buy one of your stuffed animals once they're ready. The disappointment.
What's gotten into him?
He says instead of making a Zoogle sign, we should be making a Hoodle sign.
Logan.
He's feeling threatened by a rival.
Quests are going down pretty easy, Jared.
Yeah.
I think the levels help. Did you get rid of the scary thing?
Yeah.
We sure did. There's nothing for you to be afraid of now. Really, it didn't hurt you, did it? Nope, I'm fine because I'm big, strong, grown up. Thanks, lady. You're so kind. I love you. Oh, this kid's not hiding his feelings for you and well. Try not to wander out of town on your own from now on, okay? Okay, see you later, boom boom lady.
Seriously?
So he still thinks I'm loud and booming. I guess I'm okay with that. Go get him, Barky boy. What are you talking about? I already did. Oh. Brinwell, the Lightning Princess. Divine Saber. Okay. The god of Tessinus.
The Ridge. Something tells me I don't want to be here.
Not that bad. It's bad. Shooting Star costs 4. That stuff. That's good. There's one. I think we're looking pretty good right now. I really would try that move now. Missing levels in the third. So I don't think I did. I think this is the person I got to talk to for the quest. Ma'am?
Hello.
We meet again, Gain. I see you're still well. You young people again, don't worry. I haven't gone hungry since then. I've been thinking about what it takes to believe and trust in
I
people.
see.
That's a rather profound question to contemplate. Forgive us for interrupting you in the middle of all that. However, we're looking for someone. We seek any records or paperwork that the Renan forces may have once maintained. Can you think where they may have kept such things? Records like these?
Oh,
Yes, exactly like those. Thank you. You've saved us a considerable amount of time and effort. It's fine. I trust you won't do anything bad with them. What can I do with all this knowledge? Let's see. Nodio. Ah, here we are.
what?
Mission determining Lord Volron's whereabouts. Last transmission received from Menencia. It appears communications were cut off and he's been deemed missing for some time, and this hardly bodes well. It's obviously an easy enough region for us to look for him, but whether we'll find him is another matter. Wait, judging by this location, could that soldier we met by the pond have been him?
I see.
You might well be onto something, Shion. May I ask you to guide us
Yeah.
there? Sure, but you'll owe me one. By the pond. Like the guy with the bee?
But why Volron's whereabouts?
No.
Don't they
Polka
know
pond.
where their own sovereign is?
Considering we've come across him the world over, he's likely been operating on his own for a while now. Maybe even his own subordinates were just toys to him.
Polka pond. It was just the night that was shown here?
We've reached our destination.
I didn't think I'd see you all again. Thanks again for all your help earlier. Is there something you need? Wait, you're probably only here to fish, huh? Actually, we're looking for a man named Nodio. Would you happen to know him? Yeah, that's me. Why? What's going on? A woman by the name of Gari has been worried for you. At her behest, we've been searching for you, and now here we are. Oh, my sweet beloved Kigari, to hear that fate still binds us so. I appreciate you coming all the way to search for me. I really do. However, I need you to tell her to forget about me. What? I demand to know why. Has your love for her dissipated? Hardly, but if I leave now, I'll be killed for abandoning my post. If I can't see her again, then she needs to be allowed to move on with her life. At the very least, I have no intention of dying here. Call it selfish of me if you want, I don't care, but I swore I'd endure this assignment no matter what it took. Because I believed one day she and I would meet again.
What?
That's quite noble of you. Now, stand up straight. Such spirit is exactly what I like to see. Listen, the time of the crown contest is over. A new era is slowly beginning to unfold for both Dana and Ren alike. And I believe you two are a fine symbol of its beautiful potential. Cornodio, if you could be with your beloved once more, would you promise to remain steadfastly by her side for all your days? Of course, it's what I live
All
for.
right.
Excellent. Then I hereby relieve you of your duty. Excuse me, I'm not sure I understand how that's possible. I apologize. I should have introduced myself. I am Lord Dohalim, the victor of the most recent crown contest. As you know, Renan society is the one that respects its hierarchy. With my protection, none may threaten your life for leaving here. My lord, I didn't realize it was you. Forgive me. I don't know what I could ever do to thank you for such generosity.
All right.
You needn't do anything more than heed the promise you've made to me here. Now, what are you waiting for? Get back to your dear Kagari already. Yes, my lord. But he dies on the way there, and it's a tragic story. With this one,
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
share work. Kagari, tell me it's
No
you.
way.
Nodio, is that really you? It is Kagari, it's me, Nodio. I'm back. I can't believe this day has already come. When I was given those orders, I thought I'd have to abandon my whole life with you. But I'll tell you something, not a single day passed by where I didn't think of you, my love. I still can't believe this is really happening. Oh, Kagari, my sweet, wonderful Kagari. How many times are you going to say my name out loud? Silly Nodio. It just brings me such joy to say it with you by my side once again, and I'll keep saying it over and over, even if you get tired of hearing it.
Well,
I hate to interrupt while you two are clearly having a moment, but you don't mind if we take off now, do you?
That can't be.
No, don't feel like you all have to leave. Please let us return the favor somehow.
Sure.
Absolutely. We'd be terrible to turn you away after you saved our friendship. In any case, perhaps you'll allow us the honor of attending your wedding, although I must shamefully admit I've never been to such an event. Oh, it'd be an honor to have you all there. In fact, we'd love for you to officiate it, Lord Nolan. We both come from such different cultures, we don't know where to start, but if you presided over it, I'm sure it'd turn out great.
Agreed.
If you're certain that's what you want, then I'd be happy to do so. Once you've decided where to hold it, send word to Pelagion. Until then, I bid you two farewell. Thank you, Lord Dohalim. I can't wait to see you again, my lord. fateful matchmaker. Cure greatly restores one ally's HP. That's pretty good. Costs 32 CP. I'm gonna get it. And I got a recipe for grilled rabbit.
I must say, I wasn't expecting you to be the one to spoil their reunion.
Well, it was the same with Alphen and Shion. Too much affection can be hard to bear. In fact, you look sort of pleased, Dohalim.
I have the privilege of witnessing their new start together. Few things can mar such joy.
What if it were you?
What indeed?
The only quest it seems to I be having is Navir Snowplains. No. The rarest book, which I have no idea what that is. The Lord, or the Mount Daira, and the Limestone Cavern. Might as well see what's happening at the Lord, or Mount Diara. Presumably a stray.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
This is where the light fell? What's with this tower? Is it a Danon relic?
No idea. But the astral energy is getting stronger here. The light's definitely in this area. Even if it is an agent from Lenegus, I'll blow them away with my astral arts.
Bet.
Little help!
Try harder! My turn! Void flash! Strike! It's go time! Armor won't save you! Rising Falcon! Negative gate! Win! You're ready to go! Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
But Nanadon.
There!
Shine. Radiant light.
I'm ready!
I want to keep my calendar.
Consider yourself finished!
Doesn't pull the sickest mystic.
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
It looks like you could use some help from some level 61 birds. 65 birds. I don't know.
Is someone being attacked?
We have to save them. I
Looks like
won't
it's only
let
gonna
them
be
get
two.
hurt.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Vacuum blade! Okay. Win! You're mine! Airborne gate!
My best.
Ready and ready!
Will this help?
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Thanks, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll be better.
I'm not done! Stardust! Rising Falcon! I'm not done!
Explosion!
Also, changing off Severing Wind, because it is like the worst skill ever.
Here I come! Take this! I'm not done! There! Dazzle! Void flash! Rising Falcon! Take this!
This is the place I really don't want to be.
Scream.
Here I come! Rending you apart! Sword Lane Alpha! Dazzle! You're mine!
This ends
Moves so
now.
good. Go bother Jared.
There you go, Elton.
It's time to end
Tempting.
Don't do it.
I'm right beside you.
Resonate with the earth.
Rising Falcon!
Stalagmite.
Now.
Kisara! Commander of
I should get something to throw at his head. Question is what? I have batteries.
Owl.
I think it'd be fine. Looks like you're not hurt anymore. That's good. Are you Torvin?
Crap.
Yeah, that's me. But who are you all? I see Renan's with you. Do you work for them? You're trying to liquefy the rest of us survivors, aren't you? Stay back.
Well,
Relax, you have nothing, or you have nothing to worry about. We're just you. You look like a Danon, but you use astral arts, so you run in disguise. Oh, no, I'm Dan, just like you. I'm Fritz Slodia, and don't you lie to me. There's no such thing as Dans that use astral arts. You're a monster.
You?
What'd you just call her? Eek. Stay away. People.
I guess.
Don't pay him any mind for him. He's just a little rattled is all. You mustn't surprise him, or you must have surprised him with your magic.
Yeah.
Right. Plus, we all know what happened to Aldmadria. He probably can't help being so paranoid. I know. Anyway, now that he's safe, we can focus on our attention, or we can focus our attention on the light. Right, of course. Nice going, idiot. Real smooth. Am I finally being able to reach the top of this place? Sounds a little scary, being as there's level 60 birds and all. These level 39 enemies. The boss could be anywhere in between, or it's a level like 66 bird, but a boss.
Get lost.
It's basically just slime air if you really think about it.
You're mine! Vacuum blade!
Leave the agile ones to me. In a bind? Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Take this! Sword Rain Alpha! Be still! Stardust!
I never miss.
Fly! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn! Rending you apart! Bloody howling!
Feel.
Could have gone better.
Negative gate!
Do it. Astral.
I'm not gonna really go into
Say no
Shadow.
more!
To be fair, the overlimit does happen pretty often,
Look what I just found.
Yeah.
which I'm not complaining. Grab this. Yeah, this place is. I probably should heal, but I don't feel like it. So. Not gonna. Probably not the smartest idea, but whatever.
Stairs. Which way do we go?
I say up. I sense presences below us, but not as large.
Up it is then.
Yeah, up it is.
You're
but-
really gonna like what you see down here.
Well, I have a feeling I might not. Trying to get a peek at what's under the staircase. Not really seeing anything. Okay, some birds.
Yeah. If only I were
A
cat.
lot of birds. A lot of birds.
It is quite a few birds. Makes me scared of what's up top.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
In a bind?
Take this!
Never have I been so popular.
Oh yeah.
Radiant Levant! Shine! Radiant light! Force of
Got
regeneration!
fire!
I've got this. Let us mark
Another
this handle.
incantation ruin.
Okay, all yours!
I'm in your deck, Goku. Then tonight's meal is on you.
Coming through! Ha! Now!
Let's see if I can take him though.
Scarlet Inferno!
Chain between heaven and earth.
Weary companion.
A wailing sun
Be
eliminated.
still! Stardust!
Glacial spear. Here's evil. Steel.
Force Blast!
Resonate with the
It's
earth.
on!
Stalagmite!
Fire
you
fucking
up.
skies. I call
Vacuum
upon
Blade!
Bloody
Ah! Ignite! You're mine! There!
Radiant
Sword Rain Alpha!
Grade 1. Come forth. The healing
Be
light
still!
unity. Once
I'm not done!
again.
Force Blast! I'm not done!
Bloody howling!
I never miss.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Now.
Look sharp!
Keep the chain going.
Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Take this! Stardust! Flight! Try harder! Now! Not a chance! Ready for it! There!
I never miss. This one's mine.
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
Lightning Thrust!
A chain between heaven and earth. And again. A wailing dancing lightning in here. There. Stockpile.
Negative
This
gate!
one's mine.
Reflect on my
Illuminate
fate.
the dark.
They
Here, let me help. Holy land.
Sword Rain
That should be some damage right here.
Flaming pillar! Fire!
A chain between heaven and
Take
earth.
this!
Do it!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Take this! Stardust! Take this! Fire! Dazzle! Bloody
Here's a healing art.
Those are impressive skills. They took a lifetime to master. Then I'll have to keep training.
In here.
Lightning I'm ready! Dohally! In an instant! Impact claw!
Easy.
I must keep
That gave a good amount of XP,
You
Druid.
can ease off yourself.
Pot calls the kettle black. Good advice for all of us, to be honest.
Just saying. Might be the new farm. I actually didn't pay attention at all to what I got from that chest. Go to inventory than recent? Yes. That was probably the mega elixir. I have 4 of those things. It's kind of impressive. And I definitely won't need them. Yeah, but also I definitely don't want to farm those birds. Mostly because it'd just be inconvenient. Not because they'd be difficult or anything. What would be cool is fighting stuff on our level for good XP. Or just like some really easy level 100 enemies. You know, like one level 100 golem. That gives like 20,000. Can I go back and heal without having to fight enemies? Question. No, but I'll fight them. I want the heal.
Gotta break through! Not today!
Can you take it?
Sword Rain Alpha! Take this!
Prepare to be sealed. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. Sleep now. Feel. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Can't get out of bed.
Sleep now.
Passing
We'll come in handy.
Elusive deity. Can you take it?
Ignite!
Sleep now.
Can you take it?
Not much longer to go.
Come on.
One final push!
Let's do this together.
I feel like everyone else does more damage than me.
Lightning Tiger Blade! Not
Between
chance!
heaven and earth. A wailing banshee of
To a
lightning.
degree.
Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening.
Do I even care about going for a different buff though? I mean, Holy Mark isn't really
That's
that great.
a pretty tall tower we're looking at climbing.
That's what we're gonna be
We
doing.
better eat now, because who knows when we'll get to next.
True.
I'll see you again tomorrow.
Take a bite of the bagel. I made it
Gets
like
a
an
little
hour
tough
ago.
to fight when I'm this full.
Yeah, but who knows when our next meal will be.
Indeed. Perhaps we should look over the... menu again. How can you still be hungry?
Pigs ain't done.
Yeah.
Have you gone to the top yet?
Yep. It's a fun place.
Is it though?
No, actually.
What level? Or is it just enemies?
It's just steps
just
upon
enemies,
steps.
kind of.
Why would someone build this?
Not to live in, I'm guessing.
Right? It would take someone real kooky to build all this.
Right.
This is a long walk.
This astral energy is incredible.
It's so thick here. Even we can sense it.
Get ready, everybody.
I was born ready. Nothing can surprise me.
I have a feeling someone's gonna surprise me. Hmm. You know, I'm thinking maybe come back to this.
What the hell is...
So you lied to me, Griff.
I mean, it's enemies.
I said, what level is it? And then I said, or is it just enemies? Okay,
Well, I
Jared
can't
must
see
have
its
lied, man.
levels, but
Where's
it
my
is
dog?
enemies. I'm not fighting
Something feels
big
odd.
guy here, per se. I'm fighting enemies.
On your guard.
Well, then it might be possible to win. But I don't really know. So, are we heading to Lenegis then, or do we want to grind for XP to try and fight this guy and the level 54 guy?
Is the question.
I'm probably leaning more towards main story. Actually, there is another thing we could do, but I don't know how possible it's gonna be. Let me give it a whirl and I'll tell you how it goes.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
It might be pretty good for XP. Well, you know, we might as well try it.
No choice. Take this. No escape. Be still. Strike. It's on. This one's gonna be tough. You're finished. Hut. Here I come. Vacuum blades. Sword Rain Alpha. Flaming thrust. Ha! Ha! Strike. Strike. Rising Falcon! No escape! Vacuum blades! Be still! Here I come! Try harder! My turn! I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha! Be still! Strike! Hurricane Thrust! Rise! Ah! Try harder! My turn! I'm not done! Dazzle! Stardust! Void Blast! Slice! Rising Falcon! Dare! Try harder! My turn! I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha! Dazzle! Void Blast! Tear! Here I come! Here I come! Try harder! My turn! Sword Rain Alpha! Dare! Try harder! Take damage! Try harder! Not a chance! Sword Rain Alpha! Dare! Eat dirt! Dare! Raining Slash! Take this! Try harder! Here I come!
It's not very
Try
possible.
harder! Here I come! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Tear! Try harder! Not a chance! Strut! Try harder! my turn! Dazzle! Stardust! Strike! Void Flash! Strike! Rising Falcon! Lightning Thrust! Coming through!
Bundles and fun stuff over here.
Now!
But
Scarlet Inferno! Move it! Try hard, my turn! Try harder! Not a chance! Not a chance! Try harder! My turn! Here I come! Vacuum Blades! Try harder! My turn! Here I come! Vacuum Blades!
I can't use items either. Yeah, okay.
You're mine! Strike! I'm nearly done for. Take this! There! Dazzle! Strike! Try harder, my turn! You're mine! Vacuum Blades! Ignite! Here I come! There! Vacuum Blades! Sword Rain Alpha! Raining... I can't move!
Cool. And you're telling me that's recommended level 40. Okay. I'm supposed to do that in
not
4
sure I
minutes.
believe that.
No, that makes sense. I'm supposed to do that without healing in under 4 minutes. I think it's really possible. It's not true.
Crazy.
I was doing really well too.
This will be a
Like you wouldn't have survived that long.
Most likely true. Most definitely true, actually. Especially on elephants.
Don't mind if I do. Arcane!
Freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Its armor's too strong. Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest!
I can carve through armor.
Strike!
Negative gate. Rending you apart.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you! Here I come! There! Sword Rain Alpha!
Between heaven and earth.
Blow away! Tear!
They've got me in their sights. That's my
You're
cue.
mine! Vacuum Blitz! Shut him down! Coming through!
Of course I get into 5 count because they're all super small and mid.
Scarlet Inferno! Not a chance! I'm not done! Stardust!
Holy Glimmer!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now!
Downfall!
Strike!
Winds of heaven! Watch and sleep! By the power of
Try harder! Not a chance!
without a trace! I'm expert coming through!
Sword Rain Alpha! Be still! Here I come! No escape! Burn in hell!
Okay.
Here I come! I'm not done! Vacuum Blade!
We don't have firearms here on Dana. I can show you mine if you like. That would be really awesome, Sion.
Strike!
The waters of
Lightning!
Impressive, Dohalie. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say. People should say that.
Lightning Thrust! Limbo!
Astral energy!
First wave enemies is fun.
Now!
Oh hey, my least favorite enemies.
Denied! Holy
I
light!
am not beyond fury.
A chain
Take
between
this.
heaven and earth. Here, let me have another wailing dancing of lightning.
Resonate with the earth.
Here's a healing whistle. First aid!
I'm not done!
Stalagmite. Behold!
The earth pulse. Tectonic vision.
Radiant pierce.
You're mine. Vacuum blade.
Searing flame. Reload. Leap now.
I can carve through armor.
Sight. Get on in there with the others.
Soaring.
One more time.
It's on.
Now.
Start 'em off. Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade. My turn. Take this. No escape. Negative gate. Wide open. It won't escape me. Sword Rain Alpha. On your knees.
I'll be saving this frozen.
I'm not done.
Who wants to die now?
Take this.
Get on in there with the others.
I can handle it. Slide
Now.
still.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
A whirling
Now.
circle.
Here I come.
Countertop speed wins.
Okay, I had a feeling this was gonna be the case.
Vacuum blade. Elusive deity. Flaming eagle ray.
What in the world?
Dohalim.
I'm all right. I'm still standing.
Burn in hell. Vacuum blade.
Explosion. Lightning.
Raining.
Downfall.
Here I come.
Who wants to die now?
I'm mine. Down. Take this. Thrust.
Far beyond the
Slide.
sky.
It's over.
Guarding you. I'll heal you all. Now you all. Seal.
I'm not done.
I'll be saving this one.
Castle. We turn the tables on them.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back. Ruin.
Oh, Violet.
I am not beyond fury. Try harder. Take this. There.
Crossblade.
Lightning
Cross malevolent. Blah, blah, blah.
Burn in hell.
By the power of flame.
Strata.
Finish without a
Foreshadowing
trace.
pieces. Attack
The
time.
waters of creation magic explosion.
Sword Rain Alpha.
I never miss.
Lulz level 40 wasn't too bad.
Here I come.
Did you not have to fight these guys?
I had to fight 2 golems and Earth of the Math kind of guy.
Not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Yeah, no suffering for me today. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Alphins, for whatever reason, they made super impossible.
Vacuum blade. This one will shine. Flaming Easter.
I'm all stopped up. Now annihilation. By the power
Rising
of
circuit.
finish without a trace.
Sword Rain Alpha. I'll burn it all.
Again, I'm supposed to fight that double boss completely by myself.
Flaming pillar.
With no heals at all. This seems a little impossible.
Energy.
Say no more. Got it.
Well done.
You're mine.
Illuminate the town. I'll cut you. And again. Crosscut field.
Take this.
A whirling beauty of lightning.
No further.
In here.
To be let free.
Oh!
You picked the wrong fight.
Explosion.
Here I come. Radiant light. Vacuum blade.
Illuminate the dark.
Sword Rain Alpha.
Holy glimmer.
Raining
Holy
flame.
shadow. Now
Allow me to help
protect by the
Try
power of
harder.
flame. Finish without a trace.
Can you take it? You're mine. You're mine. Vacuum blade. Elusive deity. Can you take it?
Nothing gets by me.
Soaring blast. Shattering the pieces.
Attack time.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Resonate with the earth. No escape.
Back into the fray.
Lightning thrust.
Annihilation.
Void blast. Flight.
Rain down and purify. Now.
Rising Kisara. Commander of heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
Medical herbs, cash prizes. Oh, okay, I didn't even think about that though. By just completing these on repeat, you get the things again. Like say we could have farmed for silver dog tags level 20. And if we can farm for gold. Very interesting. Oh, with the special rules, it says no rematches for 60 minutes. I guess you can't do it that often. I'm kind of annoyed that Alpha's is that difficult though.
I won't forgive you.
Here I come. Flame inside me. Not today. Back me blade.
Their hide is thick as armor. Annihilation!
Got flyer.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours.
A whirling struggle.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Leave the enemy's arc to me.
No complaints here.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Burn!
Here I
We
come.
did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there was improvement.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Shion actually look flustered. A whirling struggle.
Rising Falcon!
Winds of fire and flame.
My turn! Regenerate! Escape! Thanks!
I'm in your debt, Dohain. And tonight's meal is on you. You got it.
Coming
I
through!
hit it even though my thing ended.
Now! Scarlet Inferno!
All disasters made one.
Here I come! Not today!
Lightning. Downfall.
I thank you! Crimson Blade!
Annihilation.
Sword Rain
The
Alpha!
power of flame. Finish without a
Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade.
explosion. A
Here I
whirling
come!
beauty of lightning.
Vacuum Blade!
Can you take it?
Sword Rain Alpha!
Reflect on thy sins. I'm ready.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Take between heaven and earth. A wailing beauty of lightning.
See what I can do. Eagle ray.
Divine. I can power of flame. Finish without a trace.
Void Blast! Stardust!
Amazing.
I owe you one. This one's all mine!
Our arts are being interrupted.
Do it. Here. Astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Take this! I'm not done! You picked the wrong fight!
Can you take it?
By the
Here
power
I
of
come!
flame.
Stardust!
Negative gate.
It's go time.
Rending you apart.
Slice!
Shooting star.
Void Blast!
Chain between heaven and now. Astral energy.
Say no more! Now! Here I come!
Illuminate the dark.
Take
Push
this.
forth.
Try hard! My turn! Here I
Can
come!
you take it?
A chain between heaven and earth. Explosion.
Slice!
A wailing beauty of
Void Blast!
lightning. Do it.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Watch your back.
Not a chance!
I'll face you.
Fierce flame.
Here I come! There!
Benediction light.
Lightning Thrust!
No more playing nice.
Sorry,
Void
I didn't want to put you out.
What our friends for if we can't depend on them.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Not on my watch.
You're mine! Vacuum Blade!
I'm sorry, trouble.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Annihilation.
You're off! Look
I don't want to
sharp!
fit this boss again.
Lightning Fire Blade!
Between heaven and earth. And again.
Stardust!
Oh, you're really strong, Alphin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around. Get on it, together. Bloody hell. Here, let me help. This one's mine.
You picked the wrong fight!
Sweet here.
You're mine!
Negative gate. Reflect on thy sins.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Smite with blackened blade.
Hold on to your
Double
heart.
Demon!
Here I come. Blah, blah, blah. Magic. In here. I'll be saving you.
Try hard, not a chance!
Without a trace. In here.
You're mine! Vacuum Blade!
Get you all tucked away. A whirling struggle. Far enough. Winds of heaven.
You're
Burst forth.
Ready and raring.
Annihilation.
Try harder, not a chance!
Benediction light.
Here I come! I'm not done! Try harder, my turn!
Holy
There!
Now
Try harder, it's on!
between heaven and earth.
Lightning Thrust!
A whirling
Hurricane Thrust!
steel.
Slice!
Bloody howling.
Rising! I'll burn it all!
Oh yeah. Oh, bang, 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 bang.
Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Shine. Radiant light.
Here I come! Burn in hell! Here I come!
like you got your
Sword Rain Alpha! Lightning Flash! Try hard, not a chance! Struck!
Okay.
I'm not done!
Can you take it? Take this!
Sword Rain Alpha!
You can't get out of this!
I'm hitting the dodge button.
Now I can let loose, so you clamor for my true power?
Try harder! Not a chance! This one's all mine! You're mine! Vacuum Blade!
I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
That was rough.
Now! Kisara!
And that like the same time.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Sick. Some dog tag. I don't know if I want to do presumably probably the same thing for just that. And try this.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You're mine! Burn! Elusive deity! Take this! Try harder! My turn! Strike!
You have to aim for the right area on their back.
Sword Rain Alpha! Blow away!
Go for the weak
Try
point.
harder!
Eagle Ray! No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Hey, so much, Rinwell.
Maybe my arts do have a place in this world.
I'm ready! There's tons you can do.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Can't lay a finger on you!
I prefer it that way. What about you?
Just watch and see!
I can do this all day. Glacial spear. Piercing. Not much longer to go.
Come on! One final push!
Let's do this together, Alton. A wailing dancing of lightning.
I'm ready!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alton.
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right
get out of
beside you.
this.
Take this! Vacuum Blade!
That was a level 40 thing. That's not believable even in the slightest. Makes me think I could beat the level 80 pretty easy. We're to find out.
I won't forgive you.
You're mine!
One more.
This one's all mine! Not a chance!
Holy glimmer.
You picked your... Are those rocks?
A wailing dancing of lightning.
Try harder! My turn!
Here.
There! Prepare to be seized!
A whirling struggle.
Void Flash!
Winds of heaven. Persevere. A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven. Not much longer to go.
Come on! One final push!
Let's do this together, Alton.
Come one, come all!
Go get it. Take that. Illuminate the storm. Magic is
Feel my weary... I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
the flames will roar. I'll
Take
burn
this!
you all.
Vacuum blade! Flaming thrust! Slice! Void flash!
Now you see what I can do!
Slice!
I owe you, Sion. Healing is what my arts do best. All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
This one's all mine!
I'm never finished.
Try harder! My turn! You're mine! Ignite! Here I come!
I can handle it.
Vacuum blade! Dazzle! Soda! Try harder! You're mine!
Far enough.
I'm not done!
Get on there with the other.
Take this! Try harder! Not a chance! It's too much! Try harder! Not a chance! Thanks! No escape! Hold
We can get this going.
Flaming pillar! Fire! Oh, look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! Take this!
One more time!
Try hard, my turn! Double demon fang!
Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee!
Try hard, my turn!
Power of light! Shooting star! Explosion!
Blew away!
Far beyond the darkest skies,
Burn! Vacuum blade! Catapult!
now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end. Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! My turn! No further! Stand back! I'll trip it up! Sword Rain Alpha! No further! It's over! No escape! There! Begin! Take it! No escape!
Here's a healing art!
You're mine!
Divine Spirit Flame! Renew!
Take it! There!
Couldn't make it in time.
Dazzle! Point flash!
Being interrupted. Begin! From beyond, imbue
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
resonate with the earth.
Ignite!
Here's the end is nigh.
Here's a healing art! First aid!
Sword Rain Alpha!
No further.
I'm not done! There!
I'll bring you from death to
You're
day.
mine!
A chain between resuscitation! I'll win all! I'll heal you all!
My pride was
You're
my
mine!
downfall.
This one's yours!
Vacuum blade!
Let me help! Where are you going?
There!
Negative gate. On your
Sword Rain Alpha!
Will this help?
Hurricane Thrust!
Let's go!
Right! I'll burn it all!
Then you're over, bro.
Flaming pillar! Fire!
Here, Levy! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
Heal my weary companion.
Feel!
Vacuum blade! This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
What would I do?
Here I come! I'm not...
Sleep now!
Vacuum blade!
Get you all tucked away!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Struggle!
In a bind.
Wind!
Take it! Vacuum blade! Sword Rain Alpha!
Glacial spear!
Raining Flow!
Vacuum!
There! Sword Rain Alpha!
Between heaven and earth!
You're mine!
A wailing fancy lightning!
I'm ready!
Confiscated!
Stardust!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Rising Sun! You picked the wrong fight!
The chain between heaven
Here
and
I
earth!
come!
You get the
There!
gift! Healing sleep!
Execution. I am your death.
Vacuum blade!
In a bind.
Can't be happening!
You'll pay for that!
A wailing fancy of lightning!
Vacuum blade!
Illuminate
From
the
beyond, imbue this
I'm not
place with
done!
soul with light.
holy land! Resuscitation between heaven and earth!
Vacuum blade!
A wailing fancy of
Be
lightning!
still!
Can't lose!
Anything in armor is all mine. Now you see what I can do.
Reload!
Burn in hell! There! I owe you one! Sword Rain Alpha! Blew away! Coming through!
This is a good one.
Ha!
Of course.
Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Breath of light. Feel my weary
Nothing! Do it!
River!
Astral energy!
This is the one after this, so I'm definitely losing.
Well done!
Front! Vacuum blade! Dazzle! Slice!
Here's the evil!
Rising
This
Falcon!
one's mine!
Bloody howling! I'm not
Here I feel!
in a bind.
Front!
Gravitas field!
I'm ready! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Not a chance! I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
Illuminate the shattering of pieces! Holy Land! Destroy the heaven and earth!
Eagle Ray!
A wailing banshee of
Try
lightning!
harder! There!
Heal my weary companion.
I cannot let them falter!
Stay away from my friends!
By the power of flame!
You're mine!
Finish without a trace!
Vacuum Blade!
Outstanding form!
Sword Blade Alpha!
In here! Explosion! Let's get you all
Raining
touched
far enough! Vacuum!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Monsters made one! Security!
Try harder! Here I come! Vacuum Blade!
Too much to handle? Annihilate!
Try harder!
Eat dirt!
Here I come! Back this time!
I'll be one!
Burn in hell!
A whirling struggle!
Throwing blast!
Winds of heaven!
Eagle Ray! There!
It looks like you got this one covered!
Blew away!
I'm out of ammo! Back on my watch!
Raining flash! You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Winds of heaven!
Try harder! Not a chance! Now!
Bloody howling! And here!
Take this! I'm not done!
Far beyond the darkest sky!
I think I'm just gonna have to.
Annihilation!
I really wish they give you any information going into any of these fights. You know, just for example, what you're gonna be fighting, or how many waves it is.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting like 30 minutes, well,
Annihilation by the power of flame! Now for something Graviton field! Art expert coming through! Searing here! And next
What's up?
time we'll get you all tucked away! Tornado! Can't be happening! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! More where that came from! Holy Land! Heard magic is there! A chain between heaven and
criminals
earth!
hanging in there.
A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine faith! A whirling struggle! Oh, violent darting wind! Carve now through all... Take care of... Poodle.
That was dumb.
Gotta break through! You're mine! Vacuum Blade! Rending you apart! Dazzle! Bloody
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep and we can do this! No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Shion actually look flustered. I never miss! Who wants to die next?
You're mine! I'm not done! This one's all mine!
Into the shadows!
Be still! Strike! Void blast!
Finish without a trail!
You're mine!
More for the sunlight!
Dazzle! You're mine!
Can you take it?
But you're going to wreck the place. I'm not nearly finished yet. Then I'll provide it.
That's level 40. Did you try anyone else's level or like intermediate or hard?
Ringwalls was pretty easy, but I couldn't get the time.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I'll take you
Not
all
much
on!
longer to go.
Come on! One final push!
Let's do this together, Alvin.
We did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that wasn't clear.
No, I mean you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look flustered. Far beyond the darkest sky!
It's over! This one's all mine!
No.
You're finished! Vacuum Blade! Raining thrust!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Here I come! I'm not done! Burn in hell! Next! You're mine! I'm not done! I'm ready! In an
The music's going hard themselves.
impact block!
Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum.
Vacuum blade! We turn the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
You got
Move
company.
escape!
Divine savior.
Burn!
Now for the great You'll soon see about that. No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
Try harder! No! Flame inside me! Yours to be let free!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
Another rep all of them up. Terror, eerie echoes, eerie echoes, eerie echoes.
This will be a delicious
Uh-huh.
This one's mine.
Oh, that's the shield we know and love.
Vacuum blade!
I can shatter any
You were going to wreck the place.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
You're mine! I'm not done!
Reflect aside.
Sword rain out!
Dare strike me from behind?
You're really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still,
So, which of these things do you fight that in Colossal Mantis?
as impressive as
Out of curiosity.
No,
I don't know
you're
if you
even better
download
than
the
ever.
DLCs.
I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
Sword rain out!
Maybe.
In an instant!
There's like additional training room stuff. But it was the first level 81
Why'd you attempt level 80?
because level 40 had level 20 enemies and I cleared it in under a minute. So I'm like, okay, well logically the level 80 will probably have like level 40s or maybe 50s. And it honestly wasn't that bad. It was just like the lava area enemies, and then the last one just happened to be the mantis that's level 65. So just rough, really. That was annoying.
Sounds like it.
But did you download those DLCs?
I'm not sure.
Victory is within reach.
I think I've only seen basic training, like for character and group, and then the things that are for the group that give like the items.
Well, this is technically all these ones are group,
Blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
like the Seaside Scuttle.
As always.
Here I hope that wasn't peak.
No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
Get out of this!
I'm out of ammo.
Now! You're mine! Move escape!
Negative
Void blast! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
like a finely timed waltz.
I think it was last one. Did you get anything interesting from doing it? You get armor. You said Rinmills was easy?
Yeah, took a while though.
I bet.
Be a delicious piece of cake. Cyclone! It's a duel of the arts. One more. One last one. Here's another. One last one. Razor Cyclone! Swallow's Flight! Razor Cyclone! Art expert coming through! Hit! Take that! One last one! Not in your dreams! Hit! Go get him! Bullseye! Whoa, hey! One at a time! Take that! A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven! First forth! Sealed! This'll come in handy!
And I dodged over this cool crap is.
A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven! First forth! Cyclone! Now for something fat art expert coming through!
Okay, well that did not seem worth it.
Celestial Hammer! Puddle! All disasters made... Celestial Hammer! Puddle! All disasters made one! Ice Prison! Celestial Hammer! Puddle! All disasters made one! Come forth, a helix of purity!
Well, that one's obviously really good.
Ice Prison! Electric Shock! Swallow's Flight!
Okay, sucks.
Hit! Take that! One last one! Razor Cyclone! Ice Prison! Ice Prison! They're attacking from behind! Ice Prison! Razor Cyclone! Swallow's Flight! Razor Cyclone! Swallow's Flight! Ow!
Ow.
Ice Prison! Razor Cyclone! Ice Prison! Sweet dreams! Ice Prison! I'm on a roll! Ice Prison! Gotta hold it together.
Okay.
Do or die. Ice Prison! Alright, it's showtime!
I think you might have mixed up easy for impossible.
Ice Prison! Here, go take care of...
Yeah. What?
Well,
What do you mean?
How'd you even do it?
You just take out those guys and then you just run from the golems, spam spells. Easy.
I think I have to disagree with you there.
hi!
Is Maelstrom the tidal wave thing or no?
Maelstrom is the water lazy.
Okay. Never use that.
Arc sealed! Tempest whirl! Ice prison! Razor cyclone!
Both those kind of suck.
Hydration orb! Don't mind if I do. Purge malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Freeze lancer! Too much to handle? Purge malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Sealed! Let's get you all tucked away. Hydration orb! Hydration orb! Alright, it's show arc sealed! Hydration orb! Purge malevolence! Magic Azam! Sealed! Not in your dreams! Purge malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Freeze lancer! One more time! There's too many of them! Sealed! The waters of creation are sealed! Tidal wave! Ice prison! Razor cyclone! Hydration orb! Photon flash! Light astral energy! Light astral energy! Photon! Light astral! Photon flash! Light astral energy! Photon flash! Photon flash! Light astral energy! Not on my watch! Photon flash! Light astral energy! Photon Light astral energy! Photon Light astral energy! Photon flash! Light ready! Purge malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Sleep now. I'll be saving this one. Magic Azam! In here! More for the stockpile! Light astral energy! Photon flash! Light astral energy! Photon flash! Up and at 'em! Let's go! Purge malevolence! Arctic water! Not in your Arc sealed! Purge malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Freeze lancer! I can do this all day!
Why did it not like?
Photon flash! Light astral energy! Photon flash! Hydration orb! Not on my watch! Hydration orb! Hydration orb! Alright, it's showtime! Photon flash!
Okay.
Everyone, get back! It's too dangerous! Photon Flash! The close one! Right back at ya! Photon Flash! Light Astral Energy! Light Astral Energy!
Okay. Well, I didn't want my overlimit anyway.
Light Astral Energy! Ice Prison! Razor Cyclone! Swallow's Flight! Photon Purge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall! Freeze Lancer! Photon Flash! Light Astral...
It's so boring.
Razor Cyclone! Ice Prison! 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 Sweet dreams! Hydration Orb! Not in your dreams! Hydration Orb! The close one! Right back at ya! Hydration Orb! The close one! Gotcha! Ha! Purge Malevolence! Magic is amped! Sleep now! Get on in there with the others! The waters have created blah 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 magic! Tidal wave! Ice prison! Right here goes! Ice prison! Ice prison! Swallow's flight! Close one, right back at ya! Ha! Hydration orb!
That took way too long. I didn't even like get anything good from it. Use. I like this. This one looks cool. Fun in the sun. Hmm. Sick. That was worthwhile. So much time we put in all that stuff. Mattered a lot. They not keeping up. I didn't read it. I didn't get in the clear time either with the novice. Whatever. Okay, so is it continuing main story time then?
I think so.
Unless we have said rare book. But do you know what the book is, or? I guess we probably don't have it. Where? Last place I checked.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
One piece. So we knocked out some strays. We have a good amount of CP now, like total. Hopefully this doesn't end the game, but like we can't return. I would imagine we can, but who knows? Cutscenes.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give
Yeah,
her
let's
one,
give it a
right?
name.
I was thinking something like,
Fall Knights.
huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but, well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
Looks so cool.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny
We're
frame.
in space.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion?
We'll
seem
talk
a
to the
little
other party
different.
members.
Different. Like in a
Whoa,
bad way
wait.
different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
The question is, do they get stuff for sandwiches?
That is the question.
Because if I'm going to be sitting here with dialogue, I might as well have a delicious sandwich in my hand. That's what I say. I don't think I got more mayonnaise. Or mustard. And I think we're out of both. So. That'd be kind of funny, right? I don't think so. BRB screens. Then all the YouTube gang can skip when I get back. We'll be back. I'm back, I'm back. Sorry it took so long. It was Jared's fault, as always. I got a nice cup of salt and vinegar chip. And a nice bologna, cheddar, and mayonnaise sandwich.
You okay?
Dialogue that.
Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a
You
remarkably
know, walking
smooth
past my
ride,
room
all
and
things considered.
walking
Nothing
past
like
your
being
man
at
into my
sea,
room,
thank
all I heard was you
goodness.
say mayonnaise.
Glad to hear it. That
Fair.
device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Dahnans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Did you beat that bird boss, by the way?
Like, no.
Did you even beat the first wave?
Yeah, but then eventually get to, let's just say not enemies.
You're fighting the burb?
Was fighting a different boss.
Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, I think my issue, right, isn't the fact there's a lot of dialogue. I think it's so hard to find a good balance of when to do dialogue and when gameplay. Because the thing is, I like to play the game, especially on stream. Then when I'm listening to dialogue, I just feel like, meh. It's not that I don't want it, you know? Because I definitely do. And I don't feel like there's too much dialogue. I feel like, again, it's like really good with the storytelling and everything. It's just, again, it's like, I want to like play the game on stream. And so when there's dialogue, it's just, I'm just sitting there. Which again, I'm enjoying. It's just, I almost wish it was like half the game was combat, half the game was just the storytelling. But it's like kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
But that's what I realized. Because again, it's like an anime when you're watching this stuff. And everything's like, or just like, again, just watching any show, really. Where it's like kind of more relaxed and stuff. So it's like, why am I streaming? Especially when there's big chunks. When it's like, I feel like I need to be entertaining and doing all the gameplay. But, I don't know. It's just weird because like I relax during all the cutscenes and I have to take it super serious during the gameplay. But then there's random dips in it and it's like, you know, that's like I got the adrenaline pumping and I want to play. And then there's cutscenes. But then I'm like all calm and relaxed and I have to fight a boss. Like, oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Just, it's weird. Weird.
Can't agree.
Hey, Alvin, listen to this. So Law and I were just talking, and
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alvin, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
To be fair, even a plane is kind of scary. Honestly, cars are even scary. Living in itself, everything's honestly scary if you think about it.
Yeah.
You could essentially die doing, like, actually anything. Heck, you could just have a heart attack randomly. Or more so, not
True.
exactly randomly, but, you know, without really knowing that you'd, yeah. Fall down the stairs. Really, there's so many things, you know? But it's like, I can understand why, like, especially in space, but like I said, even in a plane or a boat is scary. Because again, if that plane for some reason malfunctions, or this for some reason malfunctions, it's like, there's nowhere to go. It's just kind of death. Especially in space, there's like no chance you survive if this goes down. But, yeah, even in a plane. I'd be probably a little scared of a plane. At least the first time. Like I said, even cars I find scary a lot of times. You know, randomly someone could just hit you with a car, you could crash, and just everything be over. So you don't think about the future per se. Think about the present, you know? More so live in the present, but think about the future. And learn from the past.
Whoa.
I know. You know.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life. For as long as I can remember. They called it treatment. But in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it?
These chips
Reeling
also
from
like
the pain,
really good today.
like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched.
So crunchy, so
Helplessly
crisp, the flavor.
complicit in their pain.
Perfectly balanced.
I thought things couldn't get any worse. But then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Dahnan victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
I also don't know if it's been a new thing lately or just something that I really like, right? But I think like Fairy Tail was the first time I realized it. But in so many like shows and games and stuff like that, there always is like people making a sacrifice at the end, you know, to like save everyone else. Like, you know, but they had to do it. But, you know, the fact of trying to be like, what's the point in sacrificing myself for like other people to live? Because, you know, they want me to live too. I want to live, right? So finding a way to not only save everyone, but including myself, that's, you know, good.
Yeah.
And I feel like games and stuff don't do that enough. When like they just get rid of people for no reason. You know, it's like they fight through it just to fight through it, and then they sacrifice themselves again. It's like you really couldn't find another way. I get that it's supposed to be like, you know, they did it all for everyone else, but again, it's like then you argue, what's the point? You know, if you can't save everyone.
Yeah.
I like that because this game could have easily and could still honestly end with just like Alphen or Shion sacrificing themselves. But it's like, again, that takes away the point. You know, they did it to save everyone, especially them, but more so just including them. So it's like just getting rid of people to save other people. You know, again, it's like the 1,001 people. You know, save all 1,001. I feel like it's a good way of like, you know, thinking about it. Not just going in thinking, if I sacrifice myself, you know, it works.
Is something wrong?
One person dies.
Exactly. It's like they're putting in so much effort to where only one person dies. They could just put in more effort to make sure no one dies.
A lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
Well, don't leave. I'm pretty sure I'm done. Last person I went to. It doesn't seem like much is going on. Maybe a hot save, you know, just in case. Okay, wait, I have so much SP right now. Okay, actually, I'll wait till I get my team back.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dahna. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danon. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That Red Woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Really curious to see what this place looks like.
Yeah.
Is that an ant?
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
That'll be the case for now.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this Red Woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a Sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a Sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
And everyone's back.
Beyond that wall
And
lies
we
a
get more
city
skits.
full of Renans. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side.
I'll read it, but first I want to look at the skill panel. 'Cause, some people got a lot of skills. Increased evasion distance. Sick. I kind of want increased critical damage and increased weak point damage. Any more of these? What's some nice ailment stuff? Like all these moves are gonna kind of suck. Liam is literally none. Wall has 3,000. God, man. Increased attack and elements attack after guarding, strength and counter edge. Zara has some really cool abilities. Oh, skip time.
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
So how many Renans actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles out here too, huh? Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't a question. Cutscene? This looks pretty destroyed.
Yeah.
No, it looks like those, like this was still all Alphen's doing.
That's a fair point.
Maybe not, though. I feel like that'd be weird for it to take 300 years.
Yeah.
You know, they say Lennigus wasn't built in a day.
That's true.
That one
What
guy
in the
said that.
world?
Uh-huh.
The one guy
This
said they
being
say that.
Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lennigus changed shape, It must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself, okay, Doe?
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danins poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danins among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
That's law. Well, could be a dog and I wouldn't be none the wiser.
Dang.
Person looks injured over here. Let's laugh at him. But we got a skit to listen to first. Let's go.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
Okay, let's talk to this injured person. In all my years, never have I seen such potent healing arts. Thank you so much for taking the time to help an old woman like a fancy parfait recipe.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Am I gonna have to read, or will it read for me?
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
Less than productive. How big is this place? Okay, it's actually not that much. In this room. You.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
This is actually pretty useful. Place does look a little worse for wear, but surprisingly still put together, seeing as I imagine just like everything colliding and squeezing together, whatever happened here, would be a lot more messy.
Yeah, can't agree.
Oh, dear me.
Holy.
What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit? The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris House has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth, that Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said his Zeugle would stop listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Dahnan. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganath Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
Yeah. Oh no, there's another skate! Let me get this chest first. 3 strawberry. Another skate.
I didn't realize Renin suppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Dahnan city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alphen and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
It's fair. This is the wrong way. I was facing the right direction and I still got lost.
You're lucky.
Look at all the crying kids. Wah. I'd say go cry about it, but they're one step ahead.
Let's go.
I wonder what kind of enemies we're gonna have to fight here. And also, is like every area gonna be the same? Like all Mecha City.
With nobody left
Probably to
around
some
the
degree.
show, I Wonder what the people here are supposed to do.
Probably more Mecca, less city.
I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Renan's in there. The side quest or main? Seems like side quest. Ooh, I thought I was leaving, but hot dang.
Joke's on you.
They totally got me. That stance. I'm gonna have to read though. Oh. You know about which lord I support? Why? Are you out canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency Elvoisi Teldius. You probably know better as Lord Balsam. I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. But those people don't realize how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House Teldius doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm, or of that we can be sure. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house. I have so much to His Excellency, I could never dream of serving any other lord.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Lord Dohalim, you've returned. Ah, I see, and you brought aides with you. You remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must. Yes? Not only do I support House Okaris, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. But since the lines appeared to be cut due to the recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. I know, since you're all here, I'll just read them aloud. There exists the most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry.
They talking about me?
No, I don't think so. It started with handsome and kind of smart, like poetry. You're like the opposite of all three of those.
I'm basically a poet, if you think about it, but not too much. That's poetry right there.
No. Do a haiku right now.
No.
Okay. This is what
I'm choosing not to. I could if I wanted to.
I don't think so. He hails from the famed house Elkaris, and is named Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, his art, his great love. The scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture, why the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in the era of prosperity of our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Huff, huff. Well, what do you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lions are down to append it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Well, I never to think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkyrie.
What?
What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or that dreadful Lord Almedra, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer this question, I come from the family that has served House Valkyries for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt behind the scenes so that he might emerge. Ganabelt, was that the second guy?
Huh?
Ganabelt was the second guy, right? Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interests front and center like no one else. Why, he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonizing Dana and expand our horizons. That way we'll become masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is the pursuit of power for the advancement of all of our kind. It is what makes him the exemplary lord, a model above all of it. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my two sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. As their father, it fills me with endless pride. I hate to say it, but I killed both your sons. Most likely.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people.
Tragic.
Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
Sometimes, well, they're just trying to win. Sometimes they get blinded by the means and methods meaning nothing. Who cares what you do to, in a sense, what's it? If you're basically invading a planet, you know, don't care about them at first, right? Just to win the crown contest and then see from there. Messed up, but I mean, he wanted to win. And I think it helps to just think of the other people as just lower than you and like trash and like slick, but
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed, the effects of Lenegis's transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
I don't think that girl is winning that fight. I also don't think that guy's winning that fight. Yeah, I think they just are losing, actually. I'd go out and help them. But I don't know which side I'd fight for.
Filthy red and gum.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Caenorus. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almedra. If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories to why this might be, but Lord Almedra quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almedra's a woman of talent. No one in all Rena better exemplifies the virtues of the nation's meritocracy. Soon the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigns over Lenegis shall be upon us at last. Okay.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
You, old guy.
Ridiculous.
How loathsome. Oh, I was just reading about Volrun. Can I help you?
Okay.
I was always the ardent supporter of Lord Uwagil Hildress myself, but if not for his sudden death down on the surface, I likely still would be. In my eyes, Lord Uwagil is the true Water Lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some incident or accident like they say. As for Lord Volrun, or as for how Volron runs Gareth don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Dahnans, but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where to the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this house Ignisiri of his anyway? I never heard of it until he came along, which means he must be among the lowest dregs of society. To such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense, not to mention all of the upheaval around here of late. What is happening to our people?
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you, because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Dahnan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust, as a fellow human being above all else.
Wasn't that useful with side quest, but still gave stuff, and some interesting story. Sometimes these guys aren't just gonna let me through. Oh, the damage is just... Okay, no one's gonna help this girl find her way home. Including me, by the way. But that's not my choice.
Uh-huh.
What do you got? Oh. Pretty sure it said the exact same stuff. Just a hot save, you know? Why not? Thing over here with a person in a chest that probably has... What fruit are we thinking? Or meat? Lemons.
Good question.
Bananas. A grape
I
gel.
wonder if we can use this.
Close. What a beautiful view. Sitting in a nice park bench, staring at a wall.
Good stuff.
I assume it wasn't a wall
There's
the entire
something
time.
I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras. the former lord of Cyslodia, if memory serves.
So then this Han-freaked whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the Sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the Motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Yeah, we should head to that Forbidden Zone, I think.
I like to think about how little ground we've covered.
Well, I mean, it's only been 30 minutes and we've walked through a little bit of area.
We've walked like a block and a half.
Yeah.
Doe?
Was this the
Faria.
Faris? Or, yeah.
Faria? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Okay. I don't know what that means at all, but yeah.
Yeah.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
We really are slowly making our way over, Druid. Picking up random items along the way. Couple orange gel.
Oh baby. Bet you could use some of those.
I probably could. Not much more. I currently have 14, so I have 15 apple gels, 15 peach gels. I could use some life bottles actually.
Crazy same.
Anything hiding in this corner besides these people? No. Oh, but there's some over here. Probably gel. Tofu. Okay.
Of course.
Are we not gonna get interrupted this entire little area? Okay, it's a good spot. Oh, is that a inn? This place looks a lot better than the rest of the place.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah. It must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
And we're back.
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I suppose. Looks like an interesting
I see
job.
a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Like, here, everyone just take your turn hopping in this, heal, chamber. Blessed by Lord Dohalim. You know, if you do the math, the orange gels are more worth it.
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
Than orange gels? Or more so the orange gels are more worth it than life bottles?
What? I said nothing about life bottle.
But you said orange gels, and you said more worth it, meaning you're
Than
relating them
pineapple.
to something. Gotcha.
And it was kind of a joke, because how, like, easy it was to do the math on that. But it's just better.
Makes sense.
But do I want to buy the armor, though, is my question.
I personally don't.
It's not really good. I kind of want to buy it anyway. I didn't want to equip that.
I prefer spending all my money on weapons, actually. Heck yeah, 33 more tag. That's worth half my money.
By weapons, I assume you mean crafting weapons?
Yep.
the Gladius Rene. Nice.
The assault shot is intimidating.
Boom. I still need to get this, the refined Ignis Roar, which requires the flame stacks to get the supreme Ignis Roar. I have no chance. I also need Darkbane for that thing. I can make
I'll
this one.
craft Supreme Ignis just to spite you.
Okay. I also need the Chameleon Hide and Curse Claw to make the prime farming issue. And I don't have enough Indomitable Gargantubones for the Saestus Ring. Some farm fence, whatever. You know, I did in fact spend half my money on just weapons and armor. I really am not gonna even think about my accessories right now.
Did we really just spend that much money?
That's fair.
Do I even really need to rest though? I think I used like only the CP from the one thing that we're forced to do. Well, not really forced to do, but essentially forced to do.
I still have my cooking effect. I'm frankly a little surprised.
Mine ran out, but it ran out a while ago and I just didn't know what I cared about getting. Oh, we're gonna be fighting people here?
I don't believe it.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Okay.
Well, so much for them not wanting
Well,
to
it's a
fight.
shame I don't have any of my abilities that can help.
Dohalim of Helden Menancia, I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one. Release! Strike! Try harder! Not a chance!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Now you see what I can do!
Like you!
You guys are pretty tanky.
Consider yourself finished!
Here goes!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
A little bit.
Shut him down!
They're also level 44.
A chain between heaven and earth.
But they're not tanky enough or high enough level to stun at me.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Rending you up!
Coming through!
Yeah.
Now!
These enemies don't scare me unless they're like 20 levels above me. It's weird.
That's kind of crazy.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Platinum dog. I'm gonna head back to the food buff. Probably XP. Now that I know that I'm going for something.
I should probably do the same.
More dropped items, but
Go for work.
yeah, that's tempting. See, the thing is, I don't know if I want to go for more items or XP. I'm almost thinking more items. That kind of
Doesn't last very long.
Looks perfect and
It's 5 minutes, and it's like 5 minutes before. Plus, I feel like XP would be good, but I feel like even going and fighting those slimes again would be better with XP boost than these guys with XP boost. But these people's items are definitely going to be more worth it. Like, say, even the money and stuff. Right ahead is a dead end. Maybe there's a chest or something. That guy looks really friendly.
I'm gonna disagree with that, actually.
Looks like he just wants to give you a big old hug.
I don't think I want to give him a hug, though.
They're so green. They look like, Zygarde or whatever.
They do.
Your reflexes will not serve you well here. You're mine! Vacuum blade! Be still! Strike! Force blast! You're mine! Fluid escape! Elusive deity! Too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up! Strike! Now you see what I can do!
I hate this, guys.
No further!
A chain between heaven and earth.
I'll face you!
A wailing fancy of lightning.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Feel it. I really feel it.
Resonate with these troubles!
Winds of heaven. Burst forth.
Flaming thrust!
No.
Everything just running up and punching me in the face.
Yeah. Not very nice.
We can really make weapons with this?
Okay. There's a mantis already chilling here. No minions on, like.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Yeah.
Does it have a weak spot?
Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Try harder! Not a chance! You're mine! I'll face you! There! Take this! Vacuum blade! Catapult! Vacuum blade! Here I go! Sword Rain Alpha! Raining Flash! Elusive deity! Eagle Ray! Rising Falcon! Blew away!
No!
Shine! Brilliant light! Force of regeneration! No art of being interrupted! I owe you all! Elusive deity! Eagle Ray! Elusive deity! Here I come! Eagle Ray! Vacuum blade! Sword Rain Alpha!
I need to pull myself together.
Elusive deity! I'll face you!
Out of ammo. Powered up.
Here I come!
Annihilation.
As the dragon swarm! Run away!
Illuminate the dark. Holy land.
You're my man! No escape!
I can't take much more.
Sorry, You're mine! Vacuum blade!
Illuminate the dark. Ready to go. It's time to finish this.
Mysticor time.
Die. Consuming wildfire.
Play the same here.
Strike!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Not a chance!
Freeze lancer.
I'm not done! There! Take this!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Powered up.
Shine!
Winds of
Radiant
heaven.
light! Force of regeneration! Sword Rain Alpha!
Finish without a
Vacuum
trace.
blade!
This way.
Easter!
Don't suffer in silence.
There! Catapult! You're mine! I'm not done! Slide! Soda! Catapult! Take this! Begin!
In a bind?
No escape!
Finish without a trace. A chain between heaven and earth. A wailing fancy of lightning.
Vacuum blade! Catapult! Be still! Coming through! Ha!
them not having weak points.
Scarlet Inferno!
I feel like it kind of takes away.
There's so many things for weak point damage.
Huh?
Sounds inconvenient when you have so many things for weak point damage.
Weapon crafting material.
That and it's just like boring to just be fighting a thing that I just have to use like the skills and I can't like try to exploit anything.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Engaging! Engage! I'm not done! Here I come!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
No, well, break this guy down.
The enemy wields arms too. You picked the wrong fight! Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And the pummeling to me! Here I come! Eagle Ray! Try harder! You're mine! Catapult! Prepare to be fired support! Take this! Here I come! Thank you! Now we'll see what I can do! Vacuum blade! Dazzle! Take it! Listen! Sword Blade Alpha! Coming through! Ha!
I can't get like any combos against these guys.
Scarlet Inferno! We're not finished! Be still! Eagle Ray! Hurricane Blast! Prepare to be free! Rising Rocket! It's over! Here I come! No escape! Try harder! Not a chance!
Honestly, staying alive pretty well though, all things considered.
These guys are getting slaughtered.
I wouldn't say they're getting slaughtered for me, but
Little help!
Now you'll learn! Anything in armor is all mine! Take this! Take this! Back! I won't show you any mercy! You got spirit!
you know what, they're all here.
Hear my weary companion! Lightning thrust!
Now!
That guy did not have a fun time.
Lightning tiger blade!
The entire fight actually didn't have a good time.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Time to fight another Mantis.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Elusive deity! Strike! Take this! Take this! Soaring blast!
I think I'll pass on the handshake.
Can you take it?
Between heaven and earth.
These Mantis charge too much.
Flame inside me! Yours will be let free!
I'll be saving this one.
Eat dirt!
Searing flame! Reload! First force!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Annihilation!
Blow away!
Searing flame! Reload!
Point blast! I'll burn it all!
Wish I'd like to keep my infinite stardust on that.
Flaming
So like using my Mystic Art when I can guarantee the 5 hits better.
Between heaven and earth. Nothing gets by me.
I owe you one. Negative gate! Reflect on that.
Sleep now.
I smell a charge coming.
Try harder! You're mine!
In a bind?
Try harder! Take this!
On your
Strike!
Magic is there.
This one's all mine!
rending you
Take
apart.
this! Sword Rain Alpha!
Bloody holiday.
Stalagmite! You're finished! Ignite! There! Catapult! Sword Rain Alpha!
my wearied companion.
Winds of heaven!
Try harder!
Benediction light.
You're mine! There! Heal!
I can handle it now! Do it!
Being interrupted.
Totally! In an instant!
A lot I could have done there. I'm trying to just use my mistake. It's fine.
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Hopefully there's a monster at the end of this one. There's actually a pile of monsters that are gonna destroy me, but, you know.
Gotta break through!
Chain between
Ignite!
Healing
Vacuum blade!
Leave the agile ones to me.
I owe you one.
A whirling struggle!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Heal my weary companion.
Reload! Seal! Radiant repair pile!
Sword Rain Alpha! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here goes! More where that came from!
Ancient deity. Eagle range.
Vacuum blade!
Healing sword!
Dazzle!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no
Big
more!
close.
My turn!
Radiant launch!
Strike! Catapult! It's on!
Guardian launch! I can carve through it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! You're mine! Vacuum blade!
Finish without a trace!
My team's going kind of crazy though.
This should make for some good weapon
Crazy
crafting
same.
material.
There's actually some more here. A lot of it. And for some reason it's not showing what it's giving me. Or it's just not giving me anything. A regenerative crystal?
Sounds useful.
Little help!
Take this.
Bring him down!
Searing flame!
Vacuum blade!
Reload! Illuminate They really don't give up, do they?
No escape! Vacuum blade!
Here's evil!
Not today!
Heal my weary companion.
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! No! Take this! Crazy move! Slice! Void blast!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Illuminate
My
the
turn!
dark! Come forth, holy quiver!
Dance!
Ready!
Dazzle! Void blast! Slice! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
I'm going after things like that.
A comfortable win.
I was about to say, I better go up that bar.
Gotta break through!
In a vine.
I never miss!
The flame inside me! Pure! Let free!
They smite me.
Not
How
today!
are we gonna keep this up for each other?
No escape!
Radiant look!
Its armor's too strong.
Be my guest! Dance!
It's conveniently things are weak to lightning.
Be still! I owe you one! I'll burn it all!
Yeah. Even though mine lightning moves are very limited.
Flaming pillar!
Mine are too, but I missed the dark lightning, so
Now!
it's kind of die.
Consider yourself finished! No!
This ends now!
What happened to all my CP?
My turn!
Whoa!
Vacuum blade! Begin! Flaming throw! Does it hurt?
I clicked
I'm practically unstoppable.
it. Mm-hmm. Surprised they didn't give us weapons with just elements, instead of just giving us ones that enhance elements. It'd be cool to have like a wind sword.
Yeah.
Time to die.
Cutscene time. Boss time. Wouldn't that be fun?
No.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen,
That's something you don't want to hear. I hope the final boss is a 1v1 where we gotta use Kasara. That's what I'm really hoping for.
Kasara's like the character that I'm not comfortable with that I'm most comfortable with.
Dolim then.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
I hope we just have to have a law 1v1 personally.
what?
What the?
Can make it work.
Alphen,
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same.
I
Your
gotta feel it back.
indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
That's not foreboding at all. Oh, in a safe. Now maybe I have to go to the bathroom as well. By maybe I mean I do, but no, I should before a boss. I was thinking those enemies are like level 44 to 46. I assume we're gonna get dunked on by a level 50 boss. So we'll see. I'll back to running, sprint into the bathroom. Well, let's hope. Isn't super high level.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Oh, yay. I'm gonna have to hit its head. That's gonna be really easy.
Sounds easy.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to control Zoodles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a bastard floor?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zoodles. Then we get some answers. Burn and aim for the weak Eagle Lane! Take this! Crush!
Eagle Ray!
Try harder! Not a
In the
chance!
sky is time between heaven and earth.
Blood. Take this!
A wailing banshee of lightning.
No escape! Try harder! Not a chance!
Sleep now.
I'm not...
They smite blackened blade!
Take this!
Here goes.
Start up!
Reload.
Shine!
You're mine!
Brilliant light!
Look out.
Of regeneration! Regenerate!
Here.
Another incantation ruined!
Try harder!
Forgive me.
You pay for that!
A wailing banshee of lightning. By the power of sleep now. Finish without a trace. Saving this one.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Resuscitate here.
Try harder! Not a chance!
I'll be saving
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
I'm grateful. I'm sorry.
you. Do the same for me.
I owe you one.
A wailing banshee of lightning.
Soaring blast!
Reload. Reload.
Take this! Escape! Stay away from my friend!
Freeze Lancer. Sleep now. More for the sun.
Yeah, I'm really able to see that.
I'll bring you back from death's
Vacuum
abyss.
blade!
Resuscitate.
Blew away!
Now you see what I can do!
Raining flash!
Resonate with the earth! Rending you apart!
This ends
I'm not liking this boss so much.
It's not finished!
Here's a healing.
Why not? It's pretty easy so far.
Overload, huh?
Right, watch out! Annihilation! Graviton field! By the power of
Anything in order is all mine!
between heaven and earth!
Shine!
wailing
Radiant
banshee of
light!
lightning!
Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
I owe you one! Sword Rain Alpha!
Allow me to help you.
Searing flame! Reload!
Vacuum blade!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Coming through!
I wanted to use my cool Mr. Guard, but I just happened to get mine when he was in his overload,
Scarlet
so.
Inferno!
By the power of flame! Finish without a trace!
Not a chance!
Lightning in here! I'll be saving this one!
You picked the wrong fight!
Can you take it? I call power beam! Finish without a
Blew
trace!
away! Catapult! Void blast! Wide open!
It won't escape me.
Rising Falcon! Vacuum blade!
Winds of heaven! By the power of flame! Finish
Shine!
without a
Radiant
trace!
light!
What
Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Close one!
I'm not done! Vacuum blade!
Magic and
Sword Rain Alpha!
Can't get out of this!
A whirling struggle! By the winds of heaven! Finish without a trace!
Shine!
In here!
Radiant light!
Not now! Not ever!
Thanks so much!
Blade! Ignite!
Almost impressed. I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Blew away!
Now,
Void blast!
I'll face you up.
I owe you one!
It's about to strike.
Look sharp, everyone!
whirling struggle.
They smite
Steel,
with black
radiant,
and blade.
here, more for the stockpile. I'll heal you all. That'll bring you down.
On your knees. Now or never.
In here.
Try harder. My turn.
More for the stockpile. Healing storm. Illuminate the dark. Come forth, holy glimmer. Holy
Begin.
land. I can do this all day.
Elusive Storm. Soaring black.
Divine heat. Radiant light.
Take it.
Flame.
Point black. This one's all mine. You picked the wrong fight. Does it hurt?
Back into the fray. Steel.
Elusive deity.
Flame.
Point black.
I'll take you. The waters of
Does it hurt?
creation magic is there.
In a bind.
Annihilation. Far enough.
There.
Sleep now. Still
Try harder. Not a chance. Now.
Now.
Freely.
Take
Commander of Heaven. Phoenix Cyclone.
Destroy. And next to a level.
Now it's just her. Faria, can you hear me? Faria.
She's preparing another summoning! The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Backward.
Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Ow, first of all.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Guy got tossed.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almeidria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
Livestock reached maturity.
Well,
Finally, that's what I was worried about.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Where am I even trying to go? There's a skit. Think any items for beating that guy up? Doesn't really look like it. Skit time.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
Yeah. Okay, another cutscene.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
I didn't like that.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... Like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want Oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way.
That vision we saw, it was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
That's some slow walking. I'm guessing into another cut.
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I just need a little time first. I want to make sure I go into whatever comes next completely prepared.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, and we can still fast travel back to like every place. I don't know, Jared. Do we think it means like a final boss territory?
Kinda sounds like it.
And I certainly don't think we're ready. I feel like there's supposed to be more. It seems like we still need fish.
That's the key takeaway right there.
Maybe it's just like a big cutscene. I'm going.
Sounds like a plan.
If it's a crazy boss, I'll just turn the title screen.
So I have to be ready to. I'm determined.
Did that really solve anything though?
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
I'm not gonna hop off. I really gotta go to the bathroom. We're not talking quick urination, so. But I figure we're at a good spot anyway.
The ultimate cliffhanger. What will we find in this room?
True. Maybe nothing. But as always, chat, make sure to like, follow, and obey. And we'll catch you on the Flippity Flop. Ribbit. And if you're on YouTube, links in the description for links to the Twitch, the TikTok, and the Twitter. Always fun to watch live. And if you're on Twitch, exclamation point, any of the social on screen. You'll get a link directly to it. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.